يا الله ما حصير يا رب ما حصير بالسلام ما حصير يا الله يا رب ما حصير بالسلام يا الله.
A visibly emotional Eldar explains that the doctor had unsuccessfully tried to get out for many days and was afraid to even raise a white flag. A shell hit his home, Eldar says, and I have to tell you, I do not know how to hang up this phone. I will not hang up this phone call. The anchor calls on the Israeli Defense Forces to allow ambulances to get to the doctor's family. Shlomi Eldar then excused himself from the show, took off his earpiece and rushed off the set to get help to Dr. al-Aish.
But the ambulances never reached the doctor's home, which was surrounded by Israeli tanks. It was too late to save his three daughters, 21-year-old Basan, 15-year-old Mayar, and 13-year-old Aya, as well as his niece, Noor, who was age 14. They were all killed instantly by the shells.
The family says they walked a quarter of a mile carrying the dead and wounded through the streets until they found an ambulance that took them to the closest hospital and then to the Erez crossing with Israel. Emergency vehicles organized by Israeli TV correspondent Shlomi Eldar waited them at the border and took the doctor and his badly wounded 16-year-old daughter, Shada, to the Sheba Medical Center in Tel Aviv.
2 months after the tragedy, Democracy Now! Producer Anjali, Kamat, and Jacquie Soohen of Big Noise Films visited Dr. al-Aish at his home in Jabaliya, Gaza. He pointed out the remnants from that fateful day. Blood-stained walls, books, clothes, and hand-drawn pictures, gaping holes that were once windows, burned-out bits of computers, twisted pieces of metal, destroyed cupboards, shattered glass, and shrapnel. He told a story late Monday night to Anjali Kamat as he walked through his daughter's room.
We are standing in the scene of the tragedy, in the place where 4 lovely girls were sitting, building their dreams and their hopes. And in second, these dreams were killed. These flowers were dead. 3 of my daughters and 1 niece were killed in 1 second. On the 16th of January at 4:45 p.m., just a few seconds, I left them. And they stayed in the room. 2 daughters here, 1 daughter here, 1 daughter here, and my niece with them. The first shell came from the tank's base, which is there, came to shell 2 daughters who were sitting here on their chairs. And when I heard this shell, I came inside the room to look. I can't recognize my daughters. Their heads were cut of their bodies. They were separated from their bodies, and I can't recognize whose body is this. They were drowning in a pool of blood. This is the pool of blood. Even look here. This is their brain. These are parts of their brain. Aya was lying on the ground. Shada was injured and her eye is coming out. Her fingers were torn, just attached by a tag of skin. I felt slaved, out of space, screaming, what can I do? They were not satisfied by the first shell and to leave my eldest daughter. But the second shell soon came. To kill Aya, to injure my niece who came down from the 3rd floor, and to kill my eldest daughter Bisan, who was in the kitchen and came at that moment screaming and jumping. My dad, Aya is injured. The second shell, it penetrated the wall between this room to enter the other room. Look, this is the room where the weapons, where this room was fully equipped with weapons. These are the weapons which were in this room. These are the weapons. These are the weapons. The books and their clothes. These were Bisan's handouts. Here you see, these are her handouts for the courses that she studies, which is stained with her blood. It's mixed with her blood. These are the books, these are the weapons that I equipped my daughters with education, with knowledge, with the dreams, with hopes, with loves. I am a gynecologist who practiced most of my time in Israel. I was trained in Israel, and I devoted my life and my work for the benefit of humanity and well-being, to serve patients, not as someone else that you are delivering or helping to. I am dealing with patients and a human being. We treat patients equally, with respect, with dignity, with privacy. Politicians and leaders should learn from doctors these values and these norms and to adopt them.
Have you received an official response from Israel about why your home was targeted, about why your daughters were killed?
What I received, that they admitted their responsibility about shelling my house and killing my daughters and my niece. That's what I received, but the reasons behind that, you can ask them. They justified something which is not convincing, and it has many criticism.
What did they say?
You know, they said they think there were snipers on the roof of my building. It's important to say the truth, and the truth lies here. Only innocent civilian girls were in this room and this building and this surrounding. Nothing else.
Doctor, you're going to be traveling to the United States in a few weeks. What's your message to the government of the United States, to the people of the United States?
To judge things by two eyes, and that the coin has two sides, and that there is a nation, a Palestinian people in Gaza, who are waiting to get their rights and their chance of living equally as every nation in the world. And it's important for the Obama's administration to take the Israeli Arab file seriously and to deal with it seriously as soon as possible, because it's a matter of saving lives. There is no need for delay. It's important to start solving with the minimum justice. That what are we looking for? Respect to human rights, equality, dignity, and justice. And what they like for themselves, I want Mr. Obama to put himself in the position of the Palestinians and to defend the rights of the Palestinians as he is in the possession of the Israelis. This is my Mayar's book. This is the math book. Mayar, who was 15 years old in grade 9, who was dreaming to be a doctor and was happy that she will follow the same path as me. Mayar, she was the chairman of the students' parliament at the school. She was elected. She was brilliant in mathematics, so genius. Even when I went to the school to see her friends, still they are remembering Mayar. I don't know who's... Yes. This is Aya. This is Aya's notebook. Look.